Hello and welcome, everyone. We are so glad that you are here today for the Capital Area School Development Association Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You may use the Q&A button on your screen at any time to submit your questions to our presenters. If you have a question for a certain institution, you don't need to wait until they're presenting. Go ahead and submit those questions to any of our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you today. This is one of many different sessions, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions happening tomorrow. And this presentation, along with all of our presentations, are being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/CASDANY. I'll make sure and put that in the chat as well. But now for our main event, I'm going to turn it over to Salve Regina University whenever you are ready.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. My name is Tenley Sodor, and I'm a senior admissions counselor here at Salve Regina University. And I'm going to get right to it because we are tight on time tonight. So a brief introduction to who Salve Regina is. We are a small Catholic liberal arts university composed of 2,100 undergraduates, and you can see a couple pictures on the screen there. So that's downtown Newport there on the left-hand side. In the center, it kind of gives you a view of where we are on the map. Smallest state, we are on an island there, and about 85% of our student population comes from out of state. So we're just, 40 minutes south of Providence and only about an hour and a half south of Boston. So pretty close to some major cities, but you still get to have this beautiful ocean landscape on the side of our campus there. And you can see that on the right-hand side. We have students from 41 states and 21 nations. So for being a small undergraduate university, we do have a pretty diverse student population. And moving on to kind of what our mission is, we are a Catholic university founded by the Sisters of Mercy. So we do have a Sister of Mercy mission. We have 5 critical concerns that we highlight each year regarding Earth, immigration, nonviolence, racism, and women. So each year our university picks one of those 5 critical concerns to kind of focus on throughout the year in regards to events that are held on campus, things that our students do, presentations, and things like that. Our students really connect to our mission as well. So if you were to ask any of our students on campus to talk about Salve Regina University's mission, I think they'd all be able to quote the final line where our university works to find a harmonious, just, and merciful world. So we're always working towards that, and we really ingrain that in our classroom setting and also our overall community. So that's what our students really are looking for at Salve, and our mission statement really is ingrained in that. In regards to undergraduate programs of study, we do have a lot of different programs. So we are a liberal arts university, meaning we have everything from accounting to, that typical undeclared exploratory student that wants to take a couple years and figure out what they're interested in. We are most well known for nursing and education because those are the 2 programs that we were founded on. But we have recently added some newer majors to our programs, including engineering via a chemistry or mathematics path. We also have pharmacy now, which is a dual degree program. So we have a number of partnerships with other universities as well, things like data science, which are up and coming. But a lot of our students pursue things from social work to biology. Business is another really popular one, but you have some time to figure things out. And we do also have a number of minors that students can pursue and some pre-professional programs that kind of tag along to the major that they're interested in. And so really, here are a couple pictures of our campus. It's always nice to be able to see some of the things that our students do. So in the top left-hand corner, you'll see our biology and chemistry labs. Just beneath that, you'll see our dance theater. That is the Casino Theater. It's located in downtown Newport. So the students have a really great space to do their performances. That's for both dance and theater. And then on the right-hand side, you'll actually see a picture of some students in downtown Newport for one of our cultural and historic preservation courses. So that's a more unique major to Salve, and it gets you out in the field. It gets you digging up artifacts, doing some research and things like carbon dating on them, and being in an historical area such as Newport, Rhode Island, you really do get to, you know, take advantage of the backyard and get out in the field and start doing some classwork and things like that. So those are just a few pictures there. And then just to kind of go into the brief overview, we do have 20 varsity sports. We are NCAA Division III. We have things from sailing to equestrian, and then we do also have some club sports available, including rugby, karate, cheerleading, swimming, and some other club sports and intramurals available to students that may not necessarily want that full Division III athlete experience. We have over 80 student-led organizations, everything from Student Government Association to some more leisure student organizations, such as our Mad Batter Baking Club. That's my personal favorite. And then we do also have our Pell Center for International Relations and Public Policy. This is something that brings a lot of opportunities to our students through lectures and guest speakers, and it really helps our students to network. So in the past, in 2020, right before the pandemic started, Dr. Cornell West came and spoke to our students, and that was a really great experience for our students to get to hear from him and his experiences over the course of his lifetime. Of course, our Student Engagement Office always is putting on activities throughout the year. That picture in the center on the bottom is from our student spring carnival, certainly hoping to get back to that once the pandemic is over. And then our students are also very connected to the community and community service. A lot of our students, whenever we're talking with them, they're passionate about giving back to the community. So we actually, kind of gathered how many hours our students are doing of community service, and it added up to over 10,000 hours of community service each year. So our students are very passionate about connecting with our campus community, but also the local community. And then just going quickly over some of the academic background so that you can kind of get an idea of your academic profile. Our average classes or class average of 2024 was around a 3.2 to a 3.9 on a weighted 4.0 scale. And of course, nursing was a little bit higher, and we are a test optional school. So definitely something to consider when you're looking at your colleges. Thank you so much. And I'll be available in the chat if you have any other questions.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Salve Regina University. That was a fantastic way to get us kicked off here today. We are going to hear now from the University of Rhode Island whenever you are ready.
I am ready.
Go right ahead.
Hi, thank you everyone for joining me today to learn more about the University of Rhode Island. My name is Ruby Jones. I am an admissions counselor, and I'm going to jump right into the presentation because again, we're short on time. Some quick facts about URI. The University of Rhode Island is the flagship institution for the state of Rhode Island. We are considered a medium-sized university. We have just under 15,000 undergraduate students with approximately 3,300 first-year students. Our students come from all over the country, represented by 68 nations. We have 52% of our students from the state of Rhode Island, 48% out of state. You'll find that URI is a large enough campus to provide a wide array of opportunities, but small enough to find your place in our vibrant community. Moving on to academics, we have over 90 programs of study through, across eight academic colleges, offering 100 minors. We have our minor in sustainability, leadership studies, digital forensics, just to name a few. We offer a dual degree program in international engineering, international business. We have new majors that we've added to our list of programs, which we have sports media and communications. We offer music therapy. We have neuroscience, data science, and URI, we offer small classroom sizes. Our student to faculty ratio is a 16:1, with the majority of our classrooms having 30 or less students to a class. This will give you the advantage of getting to know the faculty who are instructing you as well as your peers. Moving on to opportunities, we offer a wealth of opportunities. We have over 4,000 national and international placement sites. When you're ready to do your internship, we offer more than 700 study abroad programs across 75 countries, in which we've had students study in Brazil, Italy, Spain for a semester or two. If you're not looking to study abroad, we do offer a national student exchange program, which we have about 200 colleges and universities that participate in that. Our honors program is open to every incoming student. However, in order to participate, you have to meet certain criteria. We're looking at students who have a 3.8 GPA with no SATs required, or a 3.6 GPA in addition to a 1300 SAT score combined of reading and math, or ACT score of a 27. There are a lot of perks to participating in the honors program. Students do get to register earlier in advance. Once a year, the honors program, they host an annual colloquium, which students get to showcase and highlight projects that they've worked on. We have a Summer Leadership Institute program for all that's offered to incoming first-year students like yourself. This is a 3-day program held during Labor Day weekend. So again, moving right on, Rhode spirit can be felt on and off campus, starting with a 2-day orientation that you'll participate in. You'll learn about the resources, the academics by going through orientation. You'll meet faculty and staff. You'll select your schedule. We're a Division I school for athletic sports. We offer club sports. We have cheerleading. We have a marching band. We also have the Ryan Center, which is our student entertainment arena. We basically host concerts on campus for your enjoyment. We've had Kevin Hart attend, Jay Leno, the comedian, as well as Carrie Underwood. Moving on to the application process, 2 important deadlines to remember. Early action deadline, December 1st. You apply by December 1st, we'll notify you by the end of January. The regular admission deadline is February 1st. We'll notify you by the end of March. URI will be test optional for 2021 as well as 2022. So test scores are not required. Submit your application, pay your $65 application fee, communicate with your school counselor, have him or her upload your official high school transcript. You only need 1 letter of recommendation, with the exception that if you're applying to the College of Pharmacy, you will need to submit 2 letters of recommendation. And just to let you know, the middle 50% of first-year students for fall 2020, the GPA ranged between a 3.2 to a 4.0. The ACT was a 26, and the SAT combined score, looking at reading and math, was 1110 to a 1260. So yes, you're not required to submit test scores. So what are we looking at in reference to your application and to see if you're admissible? We're looking at the rigors of your courses. We're reviewing all of your letters of recommendation. We're looking to see if you have any special talents. Have you been involved in any leadership programs? Have you done any type of community service? This tells us a little bit more about you as a student. So get the application in early and you'll get a decision early. Financial aid, it's highly recommended that all students fill out the free application for federal student aid. We have 3 categories of tuition. Housing, every student, whether you're in state, out of state, pay the same cost of housing. So for Rhode Island residents, the tuition itself is $15,332. With housing, it gives you an estimated annual cost of $28,600. Out of state students, tuition is $33,354. Room and board gives you an annual cost of $46,622. And then New England regional tuition is $25,270. With housing gives you an estimate cost of $38,538. You want to commit to URI, apply, make sure you get make your deposit by May 1st. We are not extending deadlines. Questions, submit them to me and I'll be glad to answer. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, University of Rhode Island. It is always hard to believe how quickly those 6 minutes fly by, but you did a fantastic job. We're going to give the next challenge to Hofstra University. Take it away whenever you are ready.
All right, perfect. So let's give me one moment. I just need to switch the screen share here. Everybody see Hofstra's presentation okay?
Looks great.
Yeah, all right, Perfect. Well, hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you all for joining. My name is Megan Schuster. I'm a Senior Assistant Dean of Admission here at Hofstra. Honestly, just a fancy way of saying that I'm an admission counselor, but more importantly, I am your admission counselor. So I will be the one here every step of the way for you guys, and I'll be the one reading your application when the time comes. So I encourage you to please keep in touch. Over the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite Hofstra information with you. So Hofstra, I want to first kind of point out where we're located. So we're in New York, we're on Long Island, on that western coast of Long Island there, 25 miles from New York City, or about 45 minutes or so from New York City by train. With that being said, we're a suburban campus. So trees, flowers, quads, grass, that quintessential college feel. We're actually a nationally recognized arboretum and sculpture garden, so you do get that true picturesque feeling right on campus. We have 2 different beaches 10 miles away from campus, but at the same time, we have 2 different train stations 10 minutes away from campus. And we utilize that to get into the city for things like internships and job opportunities. 71% of our students do at least 1 internship during their time at Hofstra, and many will do 2 or more. But we also utilize it for fun things like concerts and comedy shows or end trips, explore next door trips, where our administrators and faculty will take our students into the city for things like walking tours of the West Village, or trips to Citi Field to see a Mets game, or trips to different museums alongside their classes. So we definitely capitalize on this location. And for many of you, our location means that you're getting a little bit away from home without being all too far away from home. So kind of that really perfect middle ground there. Now that we know where we are, I'll talk about who we are. Hofstra is a mid-sized university of just under 6,500 undergraduate students, so that true mid-size, which means we get the benefits of a small institution and the benefits of a large institution. So by that, I mean we have representation from all 50 states and from 73 countries. It means we have 165 different areas of study, 21 Division I sports, over 200 acres, and over 200 clubs and organizations. But at the same time, you have every student services department looking out for you, as well as a 21-person average classroom size and a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio. All of your classes are taught by faculty, so you'll never have a course taught by undergrad or graduate teaching assistants at any point in your Hofstra career. And 93% of our faculty members have the highest degrees they can earn in their field. And being that you get to know them so well, that's a huge advantage for you. I had mentioned the 165 different areas of study, and fair warning, the next slide is going to be a little overwhelming because these are our majors. We have programs in arts and science, health professions and human services, education, engineering, business, communications, nursing, and physician assistant studies. And with the exception of those final 2, because those 2 are supplemental applications, when you're admitted to one program, you're admitted to each. So that means you can come in our most popular major, undecided, or you can come in knowing exactly what you want on day 1. In any case, you have all the way until the end of your sophomore year to declare at least one major, but students have the opportunity to double major or triple major, to pick up minors or multiple minors, or to change their mind multiple times before that end of their sophomore year there. We want you to take and explore anything that might potentially be of interest to you, because you're in high school right now. We want you to really explore anything that could be cool. Switching gears a little bit and talking about the fun side of college, know that housing is guaranteed all 4 years, but it is not required at any point. With that said, 82% of our first year students live on campus, and so you have your choice of style, suite style, and high rise. Also know that students can have a car on campus all 4 years and no additional charge. So if it is helpful for you to get home during breaks, it is something that you can have here on campus. We also have 21 Division I sports. Our largest 2 are basketball and lacrosse. But on top of that, we have every club and intramural sport you can think of. So every D1 sport, we also have the club and intramural level, plus more. Like we have a Quidditch team, so in my mind, if we have that as a sport, we have pretty much every sport there. But if sports aren't for you, totally fine. We have over 200 other clubs and organizations that span anywhere from community service groups, where we do over 100,000 hours of community service as an institution every year, to things like WRHU, which is our award-winning radio station where we broadcast for the New York Islanders. We also have things like a cappella groups and award-winning cheer and dance teams, fun things like cultural organizations, Greek life organizations, Hofstra versus Zombies. We have a coloring book club, anything you can think of. We probably have 1 to a dozen clubs that could be of interest to you. I want to talk a little bit about the application process. Know that Hofstra is an early action school. The difference between early action and early decision is that early action is non-binding. So if you apply to a school early decision, that means if I get in, that's where I'm going. That's a lot of pressure, so we don't do that. We only do early action. Early action 1 is November 15th. Your application and all supporting documents in by midnight on November 15th. and you'll receive a non-binding admission and scholarship decision by December 15th. Early Action 2 is December 15th. You'll receive your decision January 15th, and anything after that is a rolling basis, which means we review the applications as they come across our desks. Know that Hofstra is and has been test optional, so it's nothing new, but if you have not had the opportunity to test, or if you don't fall quite within the mid-range there of an 1120 to 1320 or 25 to 32, that's just when you go test optional. If you're not sure, should I submit, should I not submit, feel free to reach out to me and I can help guide you in that right direction. And know that our average GPA for admission this past year was a 3.7, which is roughly a 92 or so on the 100-point scale. That's an average, so students fall above and below that number. It's truly a jumping off point for you. And know that students are considered for scholarship as soon as they're admitted to the university, so nothing else that you need to do there. Last point I have for you guys is that we are open for in-person visits, so students coming from New York State are able to come and visit our campus. We offer tours Monday through Sunday, so you're able to come at pretty much any point that could be of interest to you. If you go to hofstra.edu/visit, you can see all of our upcoming in-person and virtual visit opportunities. I encourage you to keep in touch with me both now and later. Thanks, everyone.
Well, thank you, Hofstra University. That was great. We appreciate you telling us more about your campus. We are going to now head to Iona College. Before we do that, I want to remind everyone that the Q&A is open, so please feel free to get those questions in. All right, Iona College, whenever you are ready.
Okay, can everyone see my screen here?
You're still in the presenter mode if you want to swap the views.
Oh, happened again. Perfect, how about now?
Looks great.
Okay, sounds good. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Chelsea Nelson. I'm an admissions counselor here at Iona College, and I'm going to be walking you through our ScribeScan presentation today. So just to get started, I wanted to give a few statistics that kind of answer the question, why us, why Iona? First that I'd like to point out is that 94% of our students are employed or enrolled in graduate school within 6 months after their graduation. This is very important to us as we want to make sure that our graduates are succeeding in the fields that they pursue here. Additionally, we have a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio, which we keep small in order to really get you that individualized attention in class and time outside of class with your professors as well. Also, 100% of our admitted students receive scholarships and financial aid, which is very important. College cost is a very important factor. So we make sure that 100% of our admitted students are receiving some type of scholarship and aid from us. Our location, which I'll get into a little bit more on the next slide, is that we are located 30 minutes from Midtown Manhattan. We are in New Rochelle in New York. We are accessible to New York City as well as Stamford, Connecticut by the Metro North train. And we're just that 30-minute train ride from Grand Central Station. Last but not least, recently we did rank 13th in the nation's Money magazine on the list of most transformative colleges. So just further proof that it's a very exciting time to be a Gale and to be at Iona. Okay, here's a quick map of our campus. As you can kind of see, our campus is dissected here by North Avenue. On the upper half, we do have most of our academic buildings, our athletic fields, and the bottom half, we have a lot of our dorm buildings, as well as our communications center. These photos over to the right of the screen include our entrance, as well as the brand new Hines Center for Entrepreneurship, which is to house our brand new entrepreneurship major within the School of Business. Also, the bottom photo is of our North Avenue dorm, also recently completed in 2016, and that is apartment style living for upperclassmen. We have over 40 different majors here at Iona that also are accompanied by minors as well. So it's really up to you to choose which path you'd like to pursue and be able to mix and match that with anything that interests you as maybe a minor. It's totally up to you. We also have a few 5-year programs as well, which allow you to leave Iona in just 5 years with not only your undergrad degree, but also your master's degree as well, which can be very advantageous, save you a little bit of time, save you a little bit of money. Some of these grad programs are traditionally 2-year programs. We have a variety of joint degree programs with 2 different colleges, LECOM, Lake Erie College of Osteopathic Medicine. We offer joint degree programs with them for our dentistry, pharmacy, and medicine schools, as well as the Seton Hall Law School. We offer a joint degree program with them as well. One of our brand new academic programs that we're particularly proud of is our nursing program. This is going to be the inaugural year. We have a brand new nursing facility with state-of-the-art equipment, faculty comprised of people that are currently practicing today, nurses and nurse practitioners. It is a test optional entry program. Our students have the opportunity to participate in clinicals, internships at local hospitals here in the greater New York City area. Another important spot on campus would be our internships and career services. This collage here just has a variety of places that our students have had the opportunity to intern and eventually become employees of. Our Career Development Center can certainly assist you with all of your career-related needs, including networking, internship expos, shadowing New York City, just a 30-minute train ride away. And we do have a shuttle bus that brings you on the 5-minute drive over to the train station as well. And that runs every 15 minutes. We are a Division I school. We have 21 Division I teams. Fun fact, our rowing team, which is a Division I team, does offer walk-on spots. So we like to say that you can come to Iona with no rowing experience and you can leave a D1 athlete. In terms of how to apply, so we use the Common App. What we ask from you is a transcript, 2 recommendation letters, the personal essay that the Common App requires, and we are a test optional school. So if you don't have SAT scores or ACT scores, whether it be from COVID testing situations and whatnot, that's totally fine. We offer 3 different deadlines, which would be the early decision, binding December 1st, and then the regular early action and regular decision. Like I had said before, 100% of our students receive financial aid. We awarded over $51 million in scholarships last year. So just by applying, you will automatically receive some form of merit scholarship if you're admitted. As you can see, our tuition and fees for the 2021-2022 are located over here. And if you have any questions, feel free to screenshot this page with my contact info. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Iona College. That was fantastic. We are going to hear now from Providence College. Take it away when you are ready. Your screen looks great, but you are muted.
All right, now can you hear me?
Perfect, yes.
Excellent. Hello, everyone. My name is Trisha Bergantino, and I am the Assistant Dean of Admission at Providence College and the Coordinator of International Admission. And I'm very excited to join you this evening. So we'd like to welcome you to a little bit of Friartown. So we are located in Providence, Rhode Island. Providence is about 1 hour south of Boston, Massachusetts, and 3 hours north of New York City. And we offer the best of both city life and campus community within the city of Providence. Currently, we have slightly over 4,000 undergraduate population and about 700 graduate students. So we're considered a small size school. In fact, we are the smallest school in Division I sports. We have a 56 to 44% female male ratio, and the average class size is 20 with a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So small enough to where you get to know your professors, but not so small where you can't slide in your pajamas sometimes. But we certainly hope that you'll be ready, geared up in Friar gear. With that, what makes Providence College unique? There are a couple of things that make us different from a lot of different institutions that you may be looking at. First of all, we are the only Catholic and Dominican university in the United States. So what does that mean? We have 50 Dominican friars who live on campus, and they work as faculty members, staff members, administrators. So you will interact with them on a daily basis. We also have a liberal arts core curriculum that all students must take. This liberal arts core curriculum allows you to think critically, present information, but also be able to write excellent research papers and present public information. Additionally, within that liberal arts core, you will take the development of Western civilization, which is 4 credits over 4 semesters. We believe that if you're studying business or the sciences or social sciences, no matter what, you will benefit from having the ability to take this core curriculum. It's a very unifying factor on our campus, but it also will challenge you academically. At the end, there is a colloquium in which you can take a topic of your choice. So you can study the apocalypse, so that kind of feels a little too real right now with everything that we've all been experiencing. Or you can study something like sports marketing. You know, for example, Dunkin' Donuts used to sell coffee for 87 cents up here in the Rhode Island and Boston area because that was Gronk's number. And if the Patriots won the next day you'd get coffee for 87 cents. So you can kind of study something to that extent. So that will be what the colloquiums are about. Other things about Providence College, sorry, my slides are a little bit slow, is that we do have a lot of activities to really keep you engaged. We have over 120 different clubs and organizations for students to really get engaged with. So we tell students all the time that if there's not something on campus, then either you're not looking or you can create it. Providence College is a campus where our students are very engaged. We want you to be engaged. We want you to have a great time. We want you to learn. With that, we also have Division I sports. We have club sports. We are known for our intramural sports. We're ranked #2 in the nation for most students participating in intramural sports. So our students are very active and they do participate in a variety of activities. Other things about Providence College is we offer a variety of career service opportunities. For example, we have study abroad programs. We have over 300 study abroad programs available for you as a student. You can study pretty much in any discipline at PC, so there is no discipline that's specifically left out of study abroad. Most of our students participate in at least one internship, so about 74% of our students participate in one internship. And 30% of our students participate in research. So we offer academic research available for you. Because we are primarily an undergraduate institution, those research opportunities are given to our undergraduate students. So we've had several students where they're able to stay on campus during the summer and they're getting paid a $4,000 stipend to perform research of their choosing on campus. So, you know, a lot of really great opportunities at Providence College for that. At Providence College, we conduct a very holistic review of our students. So we are test optional. We have been test optional for the SAT or ACT for about 14 years. This is not new for us. But what that means is that we are really looking at the strength of curriculum. How much rigor did you take at your current school? You know, how many honors and APs that you've taken? What kind of level of courses that you've taken? Did you go from Algebra 2 to pre-calc to calculus? Did you take physics, biology, chemistry? So we're looking at how you progressed within your curriculum. We do have also an optional supplemental essay with the application process at Providence College. This just helps us provide more information and insight to you as a candidate. For example, one of my favorite questions this year from the application process is, if you had a theme song, what would it be and why? And so we had got a lot of really unique answers from students. It was very interesting. To apply for Providence College, you do use the common application. We do have our deadlines posted on there. We have early action, early decision 1, early decision 2, which are the binding decisions, and regular decision. And Providence College does provide scholarships and financial aid for students. And I hope that you will come check us out and ask us any questions that you may have. So thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Providence College. It was great to learn a little bit more. We are going to now close out with our final institution of this event, and we're going to hear from Roger Williams University whenever you are ready.
Okay, second. All right, can everyone see my screen clearly?
Looks great.
Thank you. All right, well, welcome everyone. My name is Zaria Guyton. I am an admission counselor here at Roger Williams University. It's great to connect with you all tonight and share a little bit more about this wonderful school. Please note that this is certainly a university that has almost everything for everyone, which I think is really wonderful. So just note that for someone who has many interests, or many interests and you can't decide, or multiple interests and really want to discover how you can blend things together, please note this is certainly a school where we offer lots of flexibility for a lot of students to pursue what it is that they are really wanting to do and help themselves become more marketable to employers once they're graduating from the school their senior year. So just keep that in mind for someone who likes different options and really wants to explore and see what's out there. This is certainly the school for you. But all in all, please note that we are a medium-sized school right in Bristol, Rhode Island, about 30 minutes south of Providence and about 30 minutes north of Newport, Rhode Island. And we're a medium-sized school with small class sizes, and note that our average class size is about 19 with the student faculty ratio of about 14:1. Okay, so, we're a school that you have the best of both worlds, which is wonderful, medium-sized school with, lots of wonderful opportunities along with lots of guidance at the same time. So, going back to our, academics and really, honing in on what it is that we offer here. We're a comprehensive university with more than 50 majors and more than 75 minors. So I'm talking about lots of options and really discovering and exploring what it is that you're interested in. You will definitely have a mixture of wonderful, different industries represented here on campus. So everything from, engineering, architecture, business, the sciences, all the way to, the traditional, foundation of liberal arts. So we got students even pursuing public relations, film studies, even, obviously the communications, journalism. So there's a huge mixture, theater, the arts. So just know that, again, like I said before, there's certainly something for everyone. So those 6 boxes right on top is where you'll find all of our undergraduate programs here on our Bristol campus. And, kind of moving down where we have our own School of Law as well, which is the only law school within the state of Rhode Island, which is also located right on our Bristol campus, which has a great accelerated program for any students who are interested in attending law school, where you can do 3 years your undergrad, as well as 3 years to obviously do law school. So doing everything in 6 rather than 7 years. And then we do have another campus actually in Providence, Rhode Island, which is known as our University College, which is where you'll find a lot more adults attending the University College, which is where you'll have even students who are looking to attain small number of bachelor's degrees, and then even some certificates as well. So any professional certificates for any folks who are looking to add that to their resume. So just as a quick little tidbit. And then if you're someone who is undecided, which is actually one of our most popular majors, just know that we have an entire division of university studies, which is a department that's dedicated towards helping you figure out your path. And I think that's wonderful for any student who even enters our university with an interested major who may want to add on to that or change their mind and switch. This is where you'll find our academic advisors, who are also faculty members who help you along the way and figure out your path. So if you're someone who likes to double major or thinking about it, or even just wants to know what that even looks like, we have a lot of folks here and resources that will help you see how that looks realistically for you. So just know if you're someone, again, who has a blend of interests and even wants to mix and mingle what it is that you're interested in, we give you that autonomy here and lots of in that flexibility. And just know that this is a really important number for you to remember, is that about 80% of our students pursue more than a single major. So just know that that's certainly what it is that we do. And if it, it helps align with your own professional goals, you can mix, again, like I said before, any major and minor or concentration combination together. So here at Roger Williams, we certainly have a 100% hands-on learning guarantee here. So just know that when it comes to applying what it is that you are learning in the classroom to the real world, and looking at your professional interests in a realistic view, seeing if you can do the job, do you like doing the job, asking yourself all those different questions, you'll find a variety of options. So if it comes down to projects or internships, study abroad, etc., excuse me, you can certainly find something that, again, you'll find will be of interest to you. You don't have to do every single thing, right here in this list, but know that, again, there's a number of things that we want you all to take advantage of. The most popular you'll find is obviously an internship. I think sometimes even an average number of internships some students have is about 3. And whether that is, sticking with one, company for 3 years or hopping around to different companies and industries, which I think is a really great way to kind of learn from others and, get a gist of what it is like to work for different company cultures and work on different teams and for different leaderships. But obviously that's usually the number way to build that relationship. So we see that as obviously a wonderful fit. And usually to find your internship, you can find it through a wonderful website that we have known as Handshake, or you can get through your professor, or you can also find one through our Career and Professional Development Center. And then kind of honing in on student life, this is certainly a really vibrant campus where students can find a number of interests that, they can find that, suits them, whether it's for leadership or, for, their own, special interests and for fun and making friends. So we're a Division III school where we have everything from, typical basketball, lacrosse, soccer, all the way to equestrian, sailing, and polo teams as well. We have more than 75 clubs on campus. And if obviously, you see a club that, that may be of interest to you, or you're someone who wants to start a club, you can certainly do so. And we think that that's a wonderful option. The way we get that started is a club an org fair that we have during the first semester and even the second semester, where it's like a whole barbecue outside, and it's just like almost like if you attended any type of fair, if you've had the opportunity to attend a college fair in person back in times, and then know that you can go table by table and introduce yourself and really just see what it's like to be part of that club and sign up. So just know it's a private campus. We're a school where students do not go home on the weekend, so just kind of keep all that in mind.
Thank you so much, Roger Williams University. We've hit our time for this presentation, but we thank you so much for sharing all of this information. Feel free to use the chat to send out your contact information, because I'm sure we'll have folks with additional questions. We have 2 minutes before we wrap up, so I'm going to do a very quick Q&A because I want to make sure that everyone here has a chance to hear from our expert panelists here. So if everyone wants to turn on their video quickly, we will have today's question, which is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So I know that we are short on time, but I want to make sure everyone hears this advice. So we'll kick it off with Salve, Regina University. Go ahead.
I think my best piece of advice currently in the times that we're in is take advantage of all of the virtual options that are out there. You might not typically get to learn about those colleges that you typically maybe wouldn't go and visit. So, do some research and see some of those distant colleges that you might not necessarily get to travel to. There's a lot of really great resources, and colleges have worked really hard to put together virtual options. So that's my little bit.
Great advice. Thank you. University of Rhode Island, what's your advice? Oh, and you're muted.
Thank you. All right, so my best advice is try to get that application in early. I know with URI, we are like 25,000 applications. So if you apply early action December 1st, it's non-binding. You're not committing yourself to the university. Basically, you're applying early to get a decision early, and that's going to enable you to be a smart student in terms of your college search and what schools you're able to afford, because then you'll be able to look at the financial aid packages, determine if you've received a merit scholarship, and looking at the financial aid packages to help you decide which school you want to go to. My best advice.
That's great advice. Thank you. Hofstra University.
So as you are going through your visits, whether they be virtual or in person, definitely recommend take out your phone, keep a running list in the notes app or whatever you're utilizing, because you'll be visiting a lot of schools, you'll be doing a lot of research in your free time, and they'll all start to blend together as you go and find more and more. So write down all the things you really like, write down the things you want to know a little bit more about, and then reach out to your admission counselor and we'll kind of help walk you through there.
Awesome. Great tips. Iona College, what is your advice?
Yeah, to kind of piggyback off of that, communicate with us. My biggest piece of advice is to communicate with us as admissions counselors. We're here to help you through this process, and we are your biggest advocates. So email us.
Great advice, Iona College. Providence College, what is your suggestion?
My suggestion is whatever opportunities you have to go on campus, certainly do that. But also some universities offer optional interview. Let us get to know you better. Every piece of information you give us shows us best fit, especially in a competitive admission process. So meet with us, talk with us. If we get to see each other in person, go to our table, communicate with us, because we want to meet you. That's our job, is to reach out to you, to communicate with you. And so please do not be shy. And also it's really nice when the student reaches out to us, not that we don't want to hear from mom and dad, but this is your process, own it and reach out.
Great advice. All right, Roger Williams University. I know it's hard to go last, but we'll let you close this question out for us.
Sure thing. This is probably a culmination of everyone's tip, is to, just try your best to stay organized and stay on top of the process. I also had a sister who's a senior this year who went through the college process, so it was certainly interesting to see from both ends. But quickly, as a note, it kind of ties in everything, is do your best. I know you're going to probably apply to more than one school. Try to make a little chart maybe, or a little table, so that way you can, align, as all different schools will have different types of requirements. So just try to make sure that you're staying on top of that, and make, that way everything's in on time and you'll be able to keep track.
Great. Well, this was such a fantastic panel with wonderful advice for all of our college search seekers and their support systems. I want to thank you so much for everyone who has presented here today. And I also want to thank everyone who is joining us. I just want to share my screen one final time to give you a few final reminders, and that is that this presentation is being recorded along with all of the presentations that are taking place through this event series. So within about a week, you can find this recording and all of the others at strivescan.com/CASDANY. And tomorrow we have another event day full of events, so make sure that you take a look at the schedule and see if there's any other presentations that you want to attend. Finally, when you close today's session, you're going to get a very quick survey with 4 questions. Any feedback that you can provide would be very appreciated. Okay, everyone, thank you so much. Thank you to our presenters and to everyone joining us. Have a wonderful rest of your day.